the shadow exchange. In the world of finance, truth is often buried under layers of spreadsheets, numbers, and silence. But sometimes, those numbers whisper, and when they do, the right set of ears can hear the crimes that others ignore. It began in New York City, in the quiet cubicle of a mid-level forensic analyst named Caleb Porter, who worked for the Federal Financial Integrity Bureau, a division tasked with investigating corporate fraud and securities manipulation. For years, Caleb's job had been dull, tracing small discrepancies in brokerage accounts, verifying tax compliance for trading firms, and matching trade timestamps between international markets. But in February 2022, he stumbled on something strange. A set of trades that appear to have no counterpart, by orders executed without matching sell orders, and vice versa, yet marked as cleared through multiple clearinghouses across New York, London, and Singapore. The numbers didn't add up. Worse, the same firms appeared in multiple exchanges under slightly altered names. Harrington Global Partners in New York, HGP Trading Limited in London, and HGP Asia Holdings in Singapore. Caleb had seen shell firms before. They were common tools for tax evasion. But this was different. This was a closed-loop system, moving billions in trades that seemed legitimate on paper, but were effectively laundering stock valuations. He ran a forensic match across 3 months of trading data, and the algorithm flagged over $3.8 billion in falsified transactions. "If this is real," Caleb whispered, staring at the blinking cursor on his screen, "someone just built a stock exchange within the stock exchange." The first red flag. Caleb took his findings to his superior, Director Marlene Avery, a seasoned forensic accountant with 2 decades of experience in SEC enforcement. She reviewed the evidence carefully, her brow tightening with each chart. "You're saying they're using legitimate market infrastructure to fake trades?" "Yes," Caleb replied. "They're mirroring real transactions to inflate stock prices, hide losses, and even manipulate quarterly reports. The system itself validates it because the algorithm recognizes volume, not intent." Marlene leaned back in her chair. "That's impossible unless someone inside the exchanges is helping them." They decided to form a task force, partnering with Interpol's Financial Crimes Division in London and a small unit of cyber forensic experts from the Department of Justice. The case was codenamed Operation Glasshouse because, as Marlene said, whoever lives inside this empire fraud believes no one can see through their glass walls. Cracks in the glass. The team soon uncovered that the Shadow Exchange, as they called it, had been running for nearly 8 years, camouflaged by layers of high-frequency trades and offshore holding companies. Funds moved between firms every 2.6 seconds, too fast for human oversight, all processed by an artificial trading bot nicknamed Argus. Argus was more than a trading algorithm. It was a system designed to mimic market liquidity. It generated fake trades that boosted company valuations, making failing corporations look healthy to investors. "It's financial theater," said one of the DOJ's cyber specialists. "They're playing to the algorithm, not the market." The deeper they went, the more dangerous it became. One night, as Caleb was reviewing trade logs, his system crashed. When he rebooted, an encrypted message appeared on his monitor. "You're tracing ghosts. Stop before they trace you." The message vanished seconds later. Caleb reported the incident immediately. Cybersecurity traced the attack to a data center in Zurich, owned by one of the very shell firms under investigation. Marlene realized the scope of what they were facing. This isn't just financial crime. This is organized financial warfare. The whistleblower. Weeks into the investigation, a breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Amelia Grant, a former compliance officer at Harrington Global Partners, who contacted the Bureau anonymously. Her message was brief. "I have evidence of internal manipulation, signed approvals, and deleted audit trails. But they know I talked. Please help." The team arranged a secure meet at a hotel in Washington. Amelia arrived visibly shaken, clutching a flash drive and a sealed folder. Inside were internal memos, emails between senior partners, and system logs showing manual overrides and Argus core code. She explained that the algorithm had been intentionally modified to create false liquidity spikes, tricking regulators into believing stocks were actively traded. But her confession came with a warning. There's someone inside your agency feeding them updates. That's why they always stay one step ahead. That revelation changed everything. The investigators now realized they weren't just hunting traders. They were surrounded by moles within their own ranks. The betrayal. 3 nights later, Amelia's car was found abandoned under the Key Bridge in D.C. The police ruled it a suicide, but Caleb didn't believe it. Her phone log showed a call made moments before her disappearance to an unknown number in London's Canary Wharf, registered to HGP Trading Ltd. It was the same firm she'd exposed. Marlene ordered a full forensic autopsy, privately. The report confirmed what Caleb suspected. Amelia had been poisoned. They silenced her, Marlene said grimly, and now they're coming for us. That week, the Bureau's database was breached. Entire terabytes of evidence were wiped, replaced with altered logs implicating Caleb Porter as a leaker. Within days, Caleb was suspended. They've turned the system against us, he told Marlene. They're using the same tools we built for justice to destroy it. The turning point. Marlene refused to give up. With help from Interpol's Cyber Division, she moved the investigation off-network, working from an undisclosed location in Geneva. Caleb, though technically suspended, joined her covertly. They rebuilt the evidence from offline backups, line by line, trade by trade. Months later, a pattern emerged. The trade's timestamps aligned with government bond purchases and regulatory filings. Someone was using the shadow exchange not only to launder money, but also to control stock market perception before key policy decisions. It was market manipulation at the policy level, something only possible if senior regulators and central banking officials were complicit. The fraud had reached the highest levels of global finance. The fall of the shadow exchange. In late 2023, the team traced the operations command center to a private trading hub beneath a legitimate financial institution in London's financial district. Marlene coordinated a joint raid with Scotland Yard, FBI Financial Crimes, and Interpol. Dozens of servers were seized, hundreds of encrypted documents recovered, and 5 senior executives arrested, including Victor Lang, the CEO of Harrington Global Partners. During interrogation, Lang remained cold, confident. "Do you really think you can stop money from moving?" he said. "Money is power, and power doesn't go to jail." His smirk faded when prosecutors revealed a forensic ledger reconstructed by Marlene's team. Every transaction, every fake order, every manipulated trade restored. The forensic audit became the cornerstone of the trial. Over 4 months, the data exposed over $18.6 billion in falsified trades, connecting 42 executives and 3 regulatory officials across 4 countries. Justice and consequence. In March 2024, the High Court of London delivered its verdict. Victor Lang, 45 years imprisonment. 4 regulators, disbarred and sentenced. Fines exceeding $2.7 billion imposed on involved firms. But for Caleb Porter, justice felt hollow. He had lost his career, his reputation, and a friend in Amelia Grant. Still, when he testified at the hearing, he said something that echoed through courtroom. Numbers don't lie. People do. Our job as forensic accountants is to listen, because every number has a voice, and sometimes that voice is crying for justice. Moral and call to action. Financial crimes don't just destroy balance sheets. They destroy trust. Behind every falsified document or hidden transaction are lives, jobs, and families that suffer in silence. This story reminds us that integrity is not a professional skill. It's a moral choice. To every auditor, analyst, and financial professional, keep asking questions, even when the answers could cost you everything. Because truth in finance, like light in darkness, only matters when someone dares to turn it on.